with Wack, man. Do you feel like Wack and I like that's my boy. Wack, like he calls me, we talk, yeah, and then nigga crazy in the motherfucker. Do you feel like did he play any part of what he be doing as far as his antics in these streets? Do it rub off on you? Would be like, oh, I ain't trying to do this with game because of him. You get what I'm saying?
If Wack is the homie, right? Yeah. So it's like if you got a problem with Wack and you don't want to do business with Game because he had affiliation with Wack, I don't give a don't do the business then. Right. You know what I'm saying? But Wack, I think at this point, Wack is his own man. Wack, what Wack does or Wack says doesn't have to do with me. Right. It don't reflect on me. Right. What I say, if I go out to do whatever, that don't. Wack is a grown man, bro. So any problem that you have with Wack, go see that nigga. Right. And I can tell you 100% that he's gonna address it, and he with all the, and he'll tell you the same thing about me, bro. Like if it's a problem, just say the problem and let's figure it out. Let's talk it out or duke it out or do whatever you want to do, bro. Y'all like be so mad that they can't punk certain ain't scared, bro. The inevitable thing, right? For everybody watching this back on Fix, for us sitting on the couch and my right here, on the backside on production side, everybody in this room is gonna die, bro. So you not like everyone in this is gonna die. So you can't scare me with what is inevitable. So I hate when be like, yeah, I can't. Like what? Who gives a?
Now I want to say this, right? Game got to grow up. Straight up. This is why they're not where they could be. He got to grow up. You got to understand that mentality is for the hood. When you become a household name, you should be thinking about doing business. You worried about somebody punking you. Hold up. What are you worried about anybody punking you? You should be doing business. But this is why the mind state of these type of people only stay down here. And they think that, okay, I got some fame and a little bit of money. All right, that's it. Hold up. This is why they don't reach the levels. This is why the mistakes happen. You get to losing your stuff. You over there making bad decisions. You allow Wack100 to tell you to not go to court because you're going to be able to take a dentist excuse with you. And the judge is going to go for it. This is why Wack100 is where he is, lying and manipulating. Understanding that at some point in your life, you got to elevate mentally. Straight up. In your life, at some point, you got to elevate mentally and understand that you got to look at life a little different. Straight up. But these people want to be accepted as a gangster. Come on now. If you in that environment, it's okay to live that until you able to get out of it. But when you get out of it, why are you going back looking for validation where you know it's really no love? And you got to have a certain persona to be accepted and feel like you're loved. This is what these jokers is doing. Ain't no way that you supposed to make it to the level of being that type of artist and you looking to be loved where you're just being tolerated because you saying, I'm going to do something to somebody if they try me. Ain't no business. Man, listen, the mind state has to change with the elevation in your life. If it don't change with the elevation in your life, you're going to be just like Wack and Game. Stuck at certain levels. You're not going to be able to elevate. It's certain people understanding that, yeah, if you got to defend yourself, defend yourself. But trying to have that presentation as that rah-rah this, rah-rah that, it limits from people wanting to do business with you. Let's just be real. Them white folks that got the bag, they don't want to do business with people that are intimidating them. But this is the persona that niggas got. They want people to fear them and think that everybody wants to do business with them. That's not how the game go, baby. And they don't understand that. This is why they where they at. You hear me? This is why so many people surpass them. Because they understand that you can't try to lead with fear and think everybody wants to do business with you. I really think that's pee-wee shit. Because anybody can get touched. Come on, man. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button.
And number one, I mean, that's number one. Number two is, my mentality is you die in LA from gangbanging. It's been that way since I was 13 years old. So what the do? Okay, you gangbang. All right, okay, you gonna kill somebody. I'm not running from or ducking none of that smoke, bro.
And another thing I want to ask you, right? Is that I'm with you on this. Like, you don't consider taking the movie series because the
thing is, what happened when I was younger with the movie is, you know how they tell you they got this thing called hurry up and wait. And you got to get to the movie set 4 a.m. and you might not shoot till 4 p.m., but they want you on set. So when I was younger, I didn't have the patience for that shit. Nowadays, I could get back into it. I'm chill. I'm older. Like, I can respect it. And what I never wanted to do with, the Hollywood aspect of the industry was going that much. Take my ego because I'm successful and legendary in rap, take that in there where I'm a rookie and try to big bro any situation. So I kind of just fell back from the acting, for like the last 10 years. But I've been getting, some calls and lately, and I might step back into that. But yeah, it's like acting is one of my passions, and I'm pretty good at that. So,
hey, Game thinks that he's successful in rap. I can't say that. I'm just being real. I can't say that Game is successful in rap. You associated yourself with Wack. Wack has brought your value down. You beefing with everybody, and you at the age of 46 and you still talking gangster beef. Hold up, bro. When do you understand to elevate? When do you understand that shit is childish? It's time to do business. Come on now. People gotta wake up.
What's your top 3 Game albums?
My top 3 Game albums is probably the documentary. It's probably Doctor's Advocate. In order. It's probably Doctor's Advocate, Jesus Piece, and probably Documentary 3.
That Jesus piece is crazy. It's just one verse, man. We and Heather always ride to it. Big Sean on there. Big Sean killed that shit. Homie, he killed that shit. I ain't gonna lie to it.
Nah, Jesus piece is fire,
cold. Man. I ain't gonna lie to you, homie. But
all that, you talking about all that.
Yeah.
We argued about LAX, bro. You don't love LAX.
Nip loved LAX.
That's one of my favorite
Nip, that was Nip's favorite album, man. And me and Nip would go back and forth about how he loved it. I felt like I put LAX together in LA. I did Doctor's Advocate after Interscope said that they wasn't gonna put my album on. So that's why that one means so much to me. I recorded it in New York because I need to just get out the city, and I recorded the whole album in New York, and that's my most West Coast sounding album. LAX is a dope album. It's just they only gave me 3 slots, so But Nip was real, like, heavy on the LAX vibes. He would always tell me every time, like, Chuck, you be sleeping on LAX, yeah. But yeah, man.
The way that Wack100 disrespected Nipsey with false allegations of a tape, lies, right? Game can't tell me that you really rock with Nip, because there's no way that if you really rock with this brother and he checked out of life, would you stand by an individual that made such crazy allegations and lies on Nip? You wouldn't want to be associated with him. But people like to pretend, fufafi, and act like they have a certain relationship with people just to get the likeness of others But you can't tell me you rock with Nip, especially the way Wack was talking about him, and you knew it was a lie. It wasn't like it was true. You knew it was a lie. And you didn't say, man, that nigga Wack lying. I ain't with that. You supported it.
And God bless my soul. But yeah, that was his joint.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, give me some stories about that, man. Because when he died, man, like you was really, really on it, man. And I feel like a lot of his, you know, not like his homies, but you know, over there in that section, didn't really give it up like how the world and everybody else gave it up. I'm like, damn, but you really, really gave it up, man. You feel me? Like, give me some of, you know, a personal story that nobody never heard. You know what I'm saying? Rather if it's studio or, you know what I'm saying, a house chilling or whatever, man.
You know what it was, man? Nip was he was a real, I would say he cared about the city and he cared about the culture. He cared about Los Angeles as a whole more than anybody. I know that Pac came from Jersey and then through the Bay and then ended up in LA and really had a love for LA to where it's like we still feel Pac's love for LA. But Nip was from this. And I don't think nobody of like that magnitude, as far as rap, gave a about LA as a whole more than Nip. That was so passionate about the city, so passionate about the youth, so passionate about like changing this, making it better, making sure that you knew as a young Black African American that you could be more than just this. He wanted you to see you could be more than just this. And I feel like that shit is tragic all the way around. I never in my life thought that shit would happen. Like when Pac died, right?
But your manager, somebody that you say you rock with, right? Went around talking down on the man. And you sit there and say that the man was helping the youth, doing so much for the city. Your manager ain't done nothing for the city. Ain't helped nobody. Destroyed your career and many others. All he did was lie on people consistently. But you rock with Wack. You can't rock with Nip, bro. I can't even go for that. You rock with Wack. You don't rock with Nip, bro.
I was like 16 years old or some shit. And that shit happened, wasn't on internet though. You heard about it. Right. We shed tears. We was like, like damn, or at least I did. I shed tears and I was really upset. Like, damn, Nip killed Pac. And I was real angry. And that's what really fueled me, like not giving a fuck about New York for a minute. Cause I felt like Nip killed Pac. But that wasn't, we couldn't see it. I seen Nipsey die on the internet, bro. Yeah. And that hurt me because that was my actual homie. I didn't know Pac. I never met Pac. I'm just a fan of Pac. You know what I'm saying? But I can imagine how Snoop would feel because Pac was his homie. No matter what they went through, whatever, Pac was his homie. It's like when I was telling you can't tell me about Dre. I can argue with Dre all day, but that's still my big homie. I can tell him if I feel like he'd be like you, and we won't talk, and then we'll talk again. But that's our relationship. With Nip, homie, that shit hurt my feelings, bro. I went outside of my house when my Sonic told me, he was like, bro, I'm over here, and he was like, Nip gone. I just went and I just stared at the mountains in the back of my house for an hour, bro, and I shed tears, bro, and it was unbelievable because I lost a lot of homies and shit, but I never was a Snoop in that position to lose a homie that was rapping. And I know probably YG felt the same way. It would be like me sitting here with y'all, right? And Trail's my homie, bro. So it's like, if I leave here right now, got smoked, you'd be like, it would f up. You'd be like, I just was with the homie talking. We the last scene in it. It would literally hurt your feelings, bro. As gangster and hood, as family, as fatherly as is, bro, hurt you when it's that close to home, bro. And so that always f me up. But I remember the last time we was in the studio when we did Welcome Home, man. We was just smoking there and we was sitting there for a minute and then he was like, Chuck, you got to give yourself like more credit. You know, he was like, you got to give yourself more credit. And he was going through my discography and just telling me, how like, you know, really like motivated him. And then he was telling me, he was like, remember when we was outside the Andes Hotel, you was just you and your two homies against the whole like G-Unit and 40 Glock. He was like, I was right there with Rempar. We was like, this nigga's crazy, bro. And then Snoop and Wack had pulled up, and that's when I had pulled straps on them because I didn't know what side they was on and shit. That's the day I met Wack.
You put a strap on Wack. That's the day you met him.
Wack could tell you, bro.
Oh my God.
Because I didn't know. He hopped out the car with Suge, and my interactions with Suge over the years had always been, I don't know what this nigga. You don't never know what Suge on.
Yeah, he shake.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I didn't know what was on, and then I ended up.
We all know Suge definitely was running around LA and known for putting work in. That shit traveled all across the world about Suge putting work in. Wack act like, you know, he's this gorilla on the net. You don't hear nothing about no work. Not at all. It's all fufafi. Yeah, you don't hear nothing about no work that Wack put in by himself. Suge put the work in by himself. Wack wanted to be Suge. Tried to act like Suge. But you Wack. You're not Suge. You're Wack. You got to be your own self. But he want to be Suge so bad.
Exchanging numbers with Wack. Wack came in the studio. I gave that like 10,000 on my pocket. It was like, you can fuck with me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Shouts out. Now Wack is you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he'll become famous, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A famous manager. You
That
feel me?
nigga, he, you know, if you don't want your manager like all on the podcast, you know, hey, but look, nigga.
If you don't want your manager all on the podcast, worried about who's snitching with his butt in the air, 3-finger, duty shoot, don't mess with Wack.
Hey, Wack, y'all like Wack, be going back and forth with Wack, and the nigga Wack is with all the boys. Wack, nigga, I'm not, Wack don't scare me, I'll Wack little ass up. On me. Pull up. Pull up and catch these hands, Scrappy Doo.
Yeah.
Scrappy Doo.
You call my nigga Scrappy Doo?
Scrappy Doo.
He told Wack, pull up and catch these hands, Scrappy Doo. We know Wack ain't pulling up. Scrappy Doo ain't doing no squabbling. We see what happens when Scrappy squabble. You know, I guess, you know, Wack had a lot of, you know, heart when he was around people. But Wack ain't no pull up by himself and on that. Not at all.
That's hilarious.
Not at all. Not at all. Wack ain't on that, man. He do a lot of capping. You know, and we know it. He do a lot of capping, man. Lying for attention. Lying to be accepted. Lying to be liked. But you all fufafi. The person that you try to betray and act like you are, you're not that, man. Yeah. We know well he don't manage the game. Nah, you're not games manager, you know. And people done went so hard about it that he done came out and admitted it. You know, y'all remember he told me he was still the manager. I said, you ain't the manager. People went so hard. He said, we ain't had contract in years. But when the business come, the business come. You ain't the manager, man. Blueface, the last the Mohican. That other dude you got, they the last. They ain't making no noise. Yeah. Nobody want Wack to be the manager. You occupy. The manager supposed to conduct the business, line the shows up, make sure the business, the bookings is right. That's what the manager supposed to do. You ain't got enough time to do it because you're doing free stuff on Clubhouse. It wouldn't make no sense for somebody to, use Wack as a manager. You know what it's going to be. A whole bunch of BS, nonsense, shit that ain't going to help your career go up. People hear that Wack is your manager, they don't want to do no business with you. Nah, this how the industry is. When people hear that Wack is your manager, they don't want to do no business. They don't want no parts of that. We know it's going to be something. It ain't going to be just business. This is why Blueface can't get the deal. They hoping the reality show pop. If that's a dud, they going to be sick. Because nobody want to do no business with the music with him. These people, right? You got to think about this, right? These people that got these labels, right? They doing real business. These artists that Wack is going at, trying to lie and ruin their reputation, these people are signed to the labels. Now, you got to think about this to make it make sense. If these people that Wack is going at already signed the label, distribution deals, doing business, and Wack is going at them, lying on them, trying to ruin their reputation while it's messing with their money, why would they say, all right, you can ruin the reputation of the people that we already got business with. Bring your artist over here so we can do some business with him. It doesn't even make sense. If you just be real, it doesn't make sense. These people are out here investing money into these artists that are already established, these artists that are doing business, these people that got deals signed with these jokers, right? And Wack is out here lying on people, manipulating people because he can't get in the game. Why would you think that somebody over here going to say, all right, come here, Wack, let's do the deal?